Part 6, Prosperity, Ikigai, and Meaningful Contribution. Like the mature tree whose deep roots and strong trunk naturally extend branches that shelter not just itself but countless other forms of life, individual contentment cultivation reaches toward its inevitable flowering, meaningful contribution that integrates personal fulfillment with collective service. In such gardens, the distinction between self-care and care for others dissolves into generous living, where authentic individual expression serves purposes larger than personal comfort, while enhancing rather than sacrificing the satisfaction that makes sustained service possible. You have accomplished remarkable foundational work in the garden of your becoming. Through conscious creation and intention setting, you learn to bridge dreams with daily reality through skillful choice and sustained commitment. Sacred stewardship taught you to honor life's precious resources as gifts for authentic expression rather than possessions to be hoarded or consumed carelessly. Intentional living wove wisdom into ordinary moments, transforming routine activities into opportunities for conscious engagement and meaningful development. Continuous personal growth and lifelong learning built capabilities that serve both individual authenticity and generous sharing with others seeking similar development. Baseline elevation created inner conditions where satisfaction flows naturally through ordinary engagement with life, rather than requiring perfect circumstances or constant external achievement. This foundation of stable contentment provides the emotional abundance necessary for the work ahead. Now your individual development reaches toward its natural flowering, meaningful contribution that reveals how personal flourishing and collective service support rather than compete with each other when approached with sufficient wisdom and maturity. Like gardeners whose private plots naturally influence surrounding landscapes through shared seeds, exchanged knowledge, and inspiring beauty, your individual cultivation extends beyond personal boundaries through authentic expression that serves both your deepest fulfillment and the collective flourishing of all life. The evolution from individual development to generous contribution represents not abandonment of personal growth, but its most mature expression, where authentic self-development creates foundation for service that enhances rather than depletes individual satisfaction. This progression addresses the fundamental limitation of isolated personal development that, however skillfully practiced, eventually feels hollow without extension toward purposes larger than individual enhancement. Through 3 essential chapters, you will discover how this natural extension unfolds, how authentic prosperity emerges from integrating career decisions with life values rather than pursuing financial success at the expense of other important elements, how life purpose develops through patient recognition and cultivation of ikigai elements already present in daily experience rather than dramatic transformation or mystical revelation, and how meaningful service creates profound satisfaction unavailable through individual achievement alone while honoring, rather than sacrificing the personal development that makes effective contribution possible. Chapter 18's exploration of purposeful prosperity reveals how professional and financial decisions can either support or constrain your capacity for generous living by creating economic security and work satisfaction that enables service from abundance rather than deficit. You will learn to design career approaches that honor both practical sustainability and authentic expression while providing the professional fulfillment and resource stability that support meaningful contribution, rather than requiring service as escape from career dissatisfaction. Chapter 19's comprehensive guide to finding and living your ikigai provides practical methodology for discovering and expressing the unique integration of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for within the context of your actual life circumstances, rather than requiring dramatic transformation. You will learn to recognize purpose threads already woven through your experience and consciously strengthen their integration into coherent expression that serves both individual authenticity and collective benefit. Chapter 20's investigation of meaningful contribution demonstrates how service naturally emerges from stable individual development, rather than requiring self-sacrifice that ultimately reduces contribution capacity through depletion and resentment. You will discover how generous engagement enhances personal satisfaction while serving others' genuine needs, creating positive cycles where effective service increases rather than diminishes your capacity for continued contribution. The service satisfaction connection reveals a profound truth about human flourishing that transforms common assumptions about the relationship between individual happiness and social responsibility. While stable individual contentment provides necessary foundation for effective service, meaningful contribution creates satisfaction that purely personal pursuits cannot provide, suggesting that individual and collective well-being support each other naturally when approached with sufficient understanding and skill. This integration prevents both narcissistic self-focus that ignores social responsibility and depleting self-sacrifice that ultimately serves neither individual authenticity nor collective needs. Instead, you will discover how genuine individual development creates foundation for generous service, while authentic service enhances individual fulfillment through engagement with purposes that transcend personal comfort, yet honor rather than abandon the unique gifts that make each contribution irreplaceable. The natural progression from survival to service reveals how human development naturally evolves from meeting basic individual needs through personal growth toward meaningful contribution when earlier developmental phases receive adequate attention and integration. This progression occurs organically rather than through forced altruism, as individuals who have cultivated stable satisfaction naturally seek expression through purposes larger than personal enhancement. The preparation for advanced harmony practices emerges through part oxidic's integration of individual flourishing with collective contribution, creating readiness for part 7's exploration of love, acceptance, and harmony that represent contentment cultivation's most mature expression. When personal authenticity and generous service achieve natural integration, you develop foundation for practices that transcend even the individual collective distinction through recognition of fundamental interconnection that makes all service ultimately self-service and all authentic self-care ultimately service to the whole. Your journey toward mature contribution honors both the gifts you have cultivated through patient individual development and the natural human longing to contribute meaningfully to purposes larger than personal satisfaction. Like trees that grow strong through deep root development and adequate self-nourishment, then naturally extend branches that provide shelter, beauty, and sustenance for countless other forms of life. Your individual garden reaches toward generous expression that serves both your deepest fulfillment and the collective flourishing that emerges when authentic individuals contribute their unique gifts to the magnificent complexity of conscious existence. The work ahead integrates individual authenticity with collective care through practical approaches that honor both personal sustainability and generous engagement, creating foundation for the advanced contentment practices that represent the ultimate flowering of individual development into service of life itself. Pursuit of purposeful prosperity, aligning work with natural gifts, values, and contentment. The master gardener grows what thrives naturally in their soil and climate, understanding that forcing exotic species through artificial means creates impressive displays that cannot be sustained. True abundance comes from aligning effort with natural conditions. The master gardener begins not with grand visions, but with patient observation. What grows effortlessly here? Which plants struggle despite intensive care? What conditions naturally support abundance versus those requiring constant intervention? This wisdom applies equally to your professional life, where sustainable prosperity emerges when career choices align with your authentic nature rather than external expectations that demand you become someone fundamentally different from who you are. Most career dissatisfaction stems from this misalignment. You may find yourself excelling at work that drains your spirit, earning recognition for activities that feel hollow, or pursuing advancement in directions that lead away from your deepest interests. Like tropical plants forced to survive in harsh climates, such careers may produce impressive results temporarily, but require exhausting artificial support systems that eventually prove unsustainable. True prosperity encompasses more than financial success. It includes time freedom for relationships and interest beyond work, meaningful engagement that provides intrinsic satisfaction, health preservation that supports long-term vitality, and creative expression that honors your authentic nature. When these elements align with economic sustainability, work becomes natural expression rather than obligation endured for survival. Recognizing your natural professional ecosystem. Your authentic gifts reveal themselves through activities that energize rather than drain you, skills you develop more easily than others, and work that feels like play when you're fully engaged. These natural capabilities differ from acquired competencies learned through effort and discipline. While both serve important functions, your innate gifts provide the foundation for work that sustains long-term satisfaction. Consider how you naturally approach problems. Some people instinctively see connections between seemingly unrelated concepts. Others focus intensely on practical details, while still others excel at understanding human motivations and dynamics. These cognitive patterns suggest professional environments where your mental energy flows naturally rather than fighting against your inherent processing style. Your authentic interests emerge from curiosity that arises spontaneously rather than interest you believe you should have. What subjects capture your attention without external rewards? Which conversations energize you? What activities make you lose track of time? These genuine enthusiasms point toward work that provides intrinsic motivation, rather than depending entirely on external recognition or compensation. Values alignment proves equally crucial for sustainable career satisfaction. If you deeply value creativity, but work in rigidly structured environments, if you prioritize family time but face constant pressure for overtime, or if you care about environmental stewardship but work for organizations with harmful practices, the internal conflict gradually erodes both performance and contentment. The intersection of gifts, interests, and values creates your unique professional ecosystem. Like gardens that thrive when planted in suitable conditions, careers flourish when they honor these fundamental aspects of your nature while meeting practical requirements for economic sustainability and contribution to purposes larger than personal comfort. Moving beyond conventional career expectations. Cultural conditioning often obscures awareness of your authentic professional ecosystem through inherited expectations about what constitutes valuable work, successful careers, and responsible life choices. These external definitions may have served previous generations facing different economic realities, but they may not align with contemporary opportunities or your individual nature. Family expectations frequently shape career aspirations in ways that reflect parents' unfulfilled dreams, economic anxieties, or social status concerns, rather than your authentic interests and capabilities. The pressure to pursue prestigious careers, stable employment, or high-earning professions may conflict with work that would provide deeper satisfaction and ultimately prove more sustainable for your particular talents and temperament. Educational pathways often reinforce narrow definitions of career success by emphasizing traditional professional tracks while undervaluing creative, entrepreneurial, or service-oriented approaches to prosperity. Academic achievement in specific subjects may suggest certain career directions without considering whether those fields align with your broader life values or long-term satisfaction requirements. Social comparison creates additional pressure to pursue careers that appear successful from external perspectives rather than those that provide authentic fulfillment. The colleague who earns twice your salary but works 70-hour weeks may seem more successful until you consider their health, family relationships, and overall life satisfaction compared to your own values and priorities. Economic anxiety can trap you in careers that provide security but lack meaning, creating the illusion that financial safety requires sacrificing professional fulfillment. While practical considerations matter, this thinking often overestimates financial requirements, while underestimating the personal costs of sustained work misalignment and the creative possibilities for achieving security through purposeful work. Liberation from these external expectations requires honest assessment of which career pressures serve your authentic development versus those that lead away from sustainable satisfaction. This process involves distinguishing between legitimate practical constraints and limiting beliefs about what's possible within your actual circumstances. Values work integration assessment. Your core values provide essential criteria for evaluating career directions because misalignment creates internal conflict that undermines both performance and satisfaction regardless of external success measures. Work that violates your fundamental principles generates stress that affects all life areas, while value-aligned careers provide energy that enhances your overall well-being. Begin by identifying principles that feel non-negotiable for your life satisfaction. These might include creativity, intellectual growth, service to others, environmental stewardship, family time, geographical flexibility, or financial security. Notice which values feel essential versus preferences you could adapt to if necessary. Examine how current work honors or conflicts with each core value. Where do you experience energy and engagement versus depletion and resistance? Which aspects of your professional life align naturally with your principles, and which require you to suppress important parts of yourself or act against your deeper convictions? Consider how workplace culture affects your capacity to express authentic values. Some organizational environments encourage creativity and innovation, while others prioritize conformity and risk avoidance. Some companies support employee development and work-life balance, while others expect total dedication regardless of personal costs. These cultural factors significantly impact whether your values can find expression within particular professional contexts. Explore opportunities within current circumstances to increase values alignment without requiring immediate career changes. Could you volunteer for projects that better match your principles? Might you advocate for policy changes that would improve value expression for yourself and colleagues? Are there ways to contribute your authentic gifts more fully within existing professional structures? This assessment reveals whether career satisfaction requires minor adjustments, significant role modifications, or fundamental career transitions. Understanding the scope of change needed helps you create realistic timelines and strategies that honor both your authentic values and practical responsibilities. Alternative models of professional prosperity. Traditional career advancement assumes steady progression within established organizations through increased responsibility and compensation over decades of service. While this model provides security and clear advancement paths for some people, it may not serve those whose gifts, interests, and life circumstances require more flexible approaches to professional development. Portfolio careers combine multiple income sources through diverse professional activities that collectively provide financial sustainability while allowing authentic gift expression and values alignment. This approach might include part-time employment for steady income and benefits, consulting work that utilizes specialized expertise, creative projects that provide personal satisfaction and potential revenue, and service activities that contribute to causes you care about. The portfolio approach requires different financial management than traditional careers because income may vary seasonally while expenses remain relatively stable. Building emergency reserves becomes essential, along with developing multiple income streams that provide resilience through economic uncertainty while maintaining lifestyle sustainability. Location independence creates opportunities for geographic flexibility that may reduce living costs while providing access to natural environments, cultural experiences, or family connections that enhance life satisfaction. Remote work, consulting, and digital businesses enable professional activities that aren't constrained by specific employment locations, creating possibilities for lifestyle design that serves both career and personal priorities. Entrepreneurial paths allow you to create work that aligns precisely with your values and interests while serving market needs through products or services that reflect your authentic contributions. This approach provides maximum autonomy and creative control while requiring tolerance for uncertainty and responsibility for business development beyond your core professional skills. Service-oriented careers prioritize contribution to causes larger than personal advancement while providing sustainable income through nonprofit organizations, social enterprises, or purpose-driven businesses. These paths often require accepting lower financial compensation in exchange for meaningful work that serves your values and contributes to collective well-being. Hybrid models combine elements from different approaches to create customized career paths that serve your unique circumstances. You might maintain part-time traditional employment while developing entrepreneurial ventures, or alternate between intensive work periods and extended breaks for family time, travel, or creative projects. Each alternative model involves trade-offs between security and flexibility, steady income and variable earnings, structured advancement and creative autonomy. Understanding these trade-offs helps you choose approaches that align with your risk tolerance, financial requirements, and life priorities while remaining open to evolution as circumstances change. Practical career transition strategies. The gap between recognizing career misalignment and successfully transitioning toward authentic professional expression often feels overwhelming due to financial responsibilities, family obligations, and uncertainty about alternative possibilities. Gradual transition strategies provide ways to explore new directions while maintaining practical security during exploration and development phases. Skills development represents one foundation for career transitions because authentic careers often require capabilities you haven't yet developed fully. Rather than assuming you must complete extensive education before making any changes, identify specific skills that would enhance your ability to pursue alternative directions and create learning plans that build these capabilities while maintaining current employment. Volunteer activities provide opportunities to explore potential career directions without financial risk while contributing to causes you care about. Through volunteering, you can test your interest in specific types of work, develop relevant skills, build networks within new professional communities, and demonstrate capabilities to potential employers or clients while maintaining current income sources. Side projects allow you to experiment with entrepreneurial ventures, creative work, or alternative income sources while preserving employment security. These explorations help you understand whether potential career directions provide sustained satisfaction and practical viability before making major life changes that affect family security and lifestyle stability. Network building within desired career fields provides access to information, opportunities, and relationships that facilitate eventual transitions. Rather than immediately seeking employment, focus on learning about different career paths through informational conversations, professional events, and online communities that broaden your understanding of available possibilities. Financial preparation creates freedom to make career transitions by reducing financial pressure during exploration periods. Building emergency funds, reducing fixed expenses, and creating multiple income sources provide flexibility to accept lower initial compensation in preferred career directions or invest time in skill development and business creation without jeopardizing family security. Timeline creation helps manage the emotional and practical challenges of career transitions by breaking overwhelming changes into manageable phases with specific goals and deadlines. Rather than expecting immediate transformation, create realistic schedules that account for learning curves, financial requirements, and family considerations while maintaining momentum toward authentic career expression. Testing periods allow you to experience potential career directions before making permanent commitments. Temporary consulting assignments, project-based work, or part-time roles in desired fields provide realistic assessment of whether particular opportunities align with your expectations and provide sustainable satisfaction. Family communication ensures that career exploration includes those affected by potential changes. Discussing financial implications, lifestyle adjustments, and timeline expectations helps family members understand and support transition processes while identifying concerns that need addressing during planning phases. Integrating prosperity with life purpose. Sustainable career satisfaction requires integration between professional activities and broader life purposes rather than compartmentalization that treats work as separate from personal values and authentic development. When career choices align with your deeper purposes, professional activities enhance rather than compete with other life priorities. This integration prevents the common pattern of achieving professional success while sacrificing health, relationships, creative expression, or spiritual development. Instead of accepting such trade-offs as necessary, consider how career choices could support your overall life flourishing while providing economic sustainability and meaningful contribution. Time allocation becomes crucial for this integration because even aligned careers can overwhelm other life priorities if professional demands consume energy needed for relationships, health maintenance, creative expression, and spiritual development. Sustainable prosperity includes boundaries that preserve capacity for non-professional activities that provide meaning and renewal. Energy management proves equally important because careers that align with your values and utilize your gifts should generally energize rather than deplete you. While all work involves challenges and effort, notice whether your professional activities typically enhance or diminish your overall vitality and enthusiasm for life beyond work. Geographic considerations affect how career choices serve broader life purposes through access to natural environments, cultural opportunities, family connections, and community involvement that contribute to overall satisfaction. Professional decisions that require geographical sacrifices of other important life elements may undermine total life prosperity despite career advancement. Relationship impacts deserve attention because career changes affect family dynamics, social connections, and partnership roles in ways that can either enhance or strain important relationships. Consider how potential professional directions would affect your capacity to maintain and develop meaningful connections with people you care about. Creative expression opportunities within professional activities provide outlets for authentic self-expression that enhance both career satisfaction and personal development. Even careers that don't center on creativity can include elements that honor your creative nature while serving professional responsibilities. Service integration allows you to contribute to causes larger than personal advancement through professional activities that serve collective well-being while providing personal satisfaction. This service dimension adds meaning that transcends individual achievement while creating positive impact that enhances life satisfaction. The goal involves creating professional lives that feel like natural expression of your authentic nature while serving practical requirements and contributing to purposes beyond personal benefit. When these elements align, work becomes integrated with rather than separated from your overall journey toward contentment and meaningful contribution. This foundation of purposeful prosperity creates readiness for discovering how daily life can express deeper purpose through the integration of passion, skill, service, and sustainability that characterizes authentic ikigai expression within contemporary circumstances.